I have known my wife for 10 years, married for 2 of those years. M30, F28. Very recently, I confirmed all of my gut feelings that my wife has been cheating on me. I've suspected for some time now, because of all these little behaviors, she has changed very quickly over the recent months. Just never had enough evidence to prove, but so to speak. She would spend almost every weekend away. Some of the excuses she would give me for needing to be away were not always super far-fetched. Example, staying with her parents to take them places early the next day, doing stuff with her mom. You get it, weird but not out of the ordinary. This started to happen a lot around March to recent. I didn't suspect very much till maybe 2 months ago. I started to find used pregnancy tests in our bathroom under the sink. Most will say this is normal, but we hadn't had sex in a hot minute, so she couldn't be taking a test because of me. I confronted her about these used tests, and she came up with a spin story that it's been a while since her period, so on and so forth. That's when I got a whiff of BS, but I played it down and continued on. Fast forward to recent. Mind you, she still disappears each weekend, and I am lonely every weekend. I decided on my camera, external, to set up new detection rules, especially for the front door, to start alerting when a person is detected after 10 p.m. I started to get alerts of her coming into the house, I would say 4 out of the 7 nights in a week. Her movements were obviously trying to sneak inside. We had a huge argument over some of the detections I was showing her. I said I was going to start to lock her out of the house. If I'm wrong or right about this one, it's all in your own judgment. That night we had that huge argument. I had a detection at about 11 p.m. She was leaving the house, ran up the street, and came back with a bag. We live nowhere near shops, we were pretty rural. So I confronted her about this detection, and she said she got the bag from her car. She didn't know I had seen the footage of her running up the street. I left this argument, didn't want to get into it. At this point, I would say I have been alone every weekend for about 6 to 8 months. Now this is the plot twist where the bits fall together. I find my cat playing in her office at home, and something falls in the wardrobe. It's a box of pregnancy tests, some used, some not. That sort of confirmed my feelings that there was something going on. I stupidly left it, didn't bite, or anything, just left it. Fast forward to a couple of weeks ago, November 2nd to be exact. I was taking a fire tanker to get refilled at the local control center. I saw him. I saw her. My mate told me what he saw. That night, I went through the phone bills, found the number, and confirmed it all. I worked out a way to confront her, and I confronted her about it. Because I need to start to wrap this up, it turns out that the relationship she had was abusive, mentally, and what seems to be very likely sexually as well. Read a bunch of texts, and it's very suggestive. Am I stupid for wanting and for trying to give this a second chance? For wanting to try and work through it? She wants to work on it and is genuinely, I guess that is an odd word to be using, wanting to make things right. I feel so stupid and can't help but blame myself for everything. Sorry everyone, I need to put this out there in the world. Only so many people I can talk to.